All right. So as you can see, finished up the value scales. And like I said, you can tell the hard stuff that's softer, like 2H, that's like a nice silvery gray. Whereas see the 6B, which I didn't do a great job of, because I wanted to show you if you didn't do it very smooth. Again, take your pencil and just kind of roll little circles. Just add a little bit of graphite here and there to smooth it out. Cool. Once you're done with this, which is lesson 2, you take a picture of it and turn it in. You're gonna take your sketchbook. What you will need though is this white paper. This is your project that you should have done for lesson 3 of week 6, which was last week. You need to make sure that you went over every line with a thick marker or a thin marker, which is why step 1 is to take your eraser and start going over and erasing those pencil marks. Now, if you were running behind and you literally just finished this, please let the ink dry before you start trying to erase it. It'll ruin your eraser and smudge everywhere and it'll be gross. So, which way is up? Sure. Okay. Sure. Let's do that. Okay, this one. Yeah. All right. So you build up this picture by doing the 2 hands overlapping, the 2 faces overlapping, and you have all these lines, this spaghetti that's all built up. This should seem similar to if you took my class last year, because we always start out with this for a reason. Now, you're going to take pencils and your pencil sharpener and your number 2 pencil and your eraser, and you're going to apply them all to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take any pencil that I want at random, 2H. So now I'm going to take this 2H, which I know will be light and silvery, because the H means it's hard, the 2 means it's harder than just normal H. And I'm going to look at my spaghetti. I notice that there's all these little shapes. Now, geometric shapes, those are the shapes like circle, triangle, square, rectangle. Those are shapes you find in math. Those are geometric shapes. Shapes that are organic are every shape other than the ones you use in math. A shape is defined as any space that is defined by a line. That could be a circle, 1 line, square, 4 lines, or it could be these weird little shapes that have these lines that make all these little shapes. So what we're going to do is also, by looking at the shapes and using value, create a difference in space. Space is positive and negative space. Positive space meaning the space inside the object. Yes, I know the definition of object is different in this case because it looks like special spaghetti blob. But if you think about it, basically this area here is kind of like my object, this big just vomitous line thing. So I'm not going to do anything in the negative space. Cool. If you did this right, 80% of your paper should be full of lines. So having just a little bit of negative space that you won't have to work in sounds excellent. But in our positive space, we're going to want to work in it. Before you start, you may have a couple of questions, like, hey, mine doesn't look like this. Well, 1, did you use the markers? 2, one case might be, you may have done it and you did like, your hand over here. I'm not using an HB, you're not going to be able to see that. You may have done a hand over here, and then you did like a person's face over here, right? And maybe you did another hand over here, but they're not connected, which was the direction you needed to follow. So one way to quickly fix that so you can get all the points on the project is to either A, do a couple more blind contours to get all your points, or if you're really in need of some desperate lines. Just go ahead. Honestly, will blind contour drawings look better and go faster than just tracing your hands? Yeah. But I know that for some of you right now, problem solving is not the best thing in the world, so let's just be a little bit lenient today so I can be harder on you later. Cool. Now I have a bunch of lines and stuff. Doesn't look as good, but you can at least complete the project. All right. So I got all these little lines and stuff. So now I'm going to take a pencil. Well, I guess in this case I have 4B. And I'm going to make a value from dark to light inside one of these weirdo shapes. So from dark to light. Then I'm going to draw another pencil at random. 2H, a light one. Cool. I'll do it over here. And I'm just going to keep going. Now, do you have to do every single little shape in here? No. I'm looking for about 70, 80-ish%. I'll post a rubric. The thing is, I need you to practice this skill. One skill you might hear people refer to as a fast fade, meaning you have to do a quick gradation in such a small space. So this is kind of like a way for us to do a project, but also get a lot of practice in doing this important skill, which is making these value scales with your pencils. Because if you can do a value scale with a pencil, then you can start to shade stuff appropriately and render it so that it actually looks real and not just like you made it up in your brain. So again, try to make sure you're not going like this. No, that's not, no. Just go slow and deliberate. Like you don't need to rush it. It's pretty chill. Enjoy the chillness. See, even if you mess up, try to fix it. Just don't be dumb. Let me do one more. Let's do this one. Look at that. See, gradations, didn't need to smudge anything. So this will be your first project for the week. Hopefully this will give you enough practice that we can start hitting that draw and stuff real hard next week. So we got to start doing observational drawing or drawing from life, or as they used to call it back in the day, nature morte, which is Latin for still life. So that's the first part, and learn how to draw with pencils, to be able to draw what you see. But it's a bit of a journey. I'm glad you started on it. Step one, though, is let's get this skill practice done. So what's cool is that once you have this all finished, I'll probably post an example on Thursday. I want to give you guys time to do your own thing and not try to copy what I'm doing. What's cool is that because gradation value kind of makes it look like it's going in and out of space, like forward to back. What's cool is going to create this weird kaleidoscope of gradations and weird space. Right now it looks like weird, gross spaghetti. Should take you about half an hour to an hour at the most if you're super distracted. Half hour if you're like in the zone and dialed in. So nothing too crazy. Have fun getting your work done this week, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you guys later.